questions on the table.
So hello everyone, this is Steve Fleetwood here from Star Business Consulting, our number 8 podcast, and this is on the 7 key leadership and cultural strategies for sales hypergrowth. You can look at the previous blog, which is the link in the blog, or on here, the link below. So we're just going to talk about number 2, integrity, honesty and trustworthiness, and for developing that for your organization. But first, you having to be the example. So people need to be able to voice their concerns, issues and ideas without too much judgment around that, and they have to feel safe and secure for that to happen. If you do not have that in place, there'll be some serious lag with your organization, of course undermining. So let's talk about some of the positives having these characteristics within your leadership style. So number 1, trust and fast-flowing decision-making and implementation. So once you've cleared the air, cleaned up your culture, you'll get better information, better data, which will enable you to make better decisions and feel a lot more secure in your implementation strategy. So number 2, there will be more belief in your management and leadership styles, and also for staff to achieve their goals and KPIs and the vision at the end games. This will be completed a lot better, or be completed well. One thing we do talk about is unlocking and unleashing your staff's hidden potential or creativity and inventiveness through your organization. And this is so key. We see it all the time, where people have been holding back their best ideas, their best insights, the best strategies, just because they're not happy with something so small, or it could be quite large. And so your organization is not bearing all its fruit. It's not going to what it can achieve just because you haven't cleaned out the culture. And of course, their motivation and dedication and discipline and will improve because they'll be part of the decision-making process, or if it is their idea or insight, they'll be more invested. So people want to have, point number 4, pride, belief, and continuous sustainability is improved. So here we're talking about people want to come to work and enjoy being at work and believe that you're contributing to a common cause that empowers the society at a national or local level, not just coming here to pick up a paycheck. This is an intangible benefit, and you'll find over time, if you've been in business quite a while, the intangibles really drive the tangibles, the KPI and metrics. So this is very key for your organization. So some of the negatives you see in corporate culture or business culture is things like backbiting, politicking, covert maneuvering for status, positional jumping at the cost of others. And there's nothing more unhealthy than seeing this and going through the transition process of bringing it up, going through it, and perhaps getting rid of some people and going through that process can be quite uncomfortable. But in the medium to long term, it is actually better for your organization to go through it, make adjustments, character, integrity, characteristics and attributes of your management and leadership staff. Otherwise, you have undermining of your plan, strategies, and the applications, and you just won't be going anywhere. In fact, you'll be going backwards, and it'll be a slow drip system, or it could be quite fierce when someone makes a big mistake, consciously or actually unconsciously. The other key aspect is building new leaders and management. So if you have a high level of integrity, honesty and trustworthiness as part of your leadership style or your culture, the new leaders and management that you bring in or you bring up through, they'll see that it's healthy and clean, and they'll have a lot of faith, a lot of energy that they'll bring to the table to accelerate your organization a lot faster. So the developmental pace across all the boards, operations, marketing, top line, bottom line will be a lot faster, and therefore your success will be a lot quicker. And of course, outcomes are quicker, more sustainable, regenerative, and forward momentum becomes nearly unstoppable because you have a clean culture, and that comes from you, the top down integrity, honesty, and trustworthiness. Now, if you're not sure on something, you can discuss it with your board, discuss it with senior management, your CEO, and just get to the best place you can, or you can discuss it with your staff about a particular issue if you're not completely sure what the best way forward is. But being transparent, authentic, all comes from integrity, honesty, and trustworthiness. So you always want to be straight and true with anyone you're dealing with, all part of the stakeholders, from your board, CEO, senior management, staff, and so forth. So here we have an excellent matrix. I love matrices because they're simple, easy, and make you more objective rather than subjective. And this is one by Daniel Goleman, very positive influencer. He's a professor at Harvard in the 90s and 2000s. And here we got a very simple quadrant matrix, and we've got the commanding, visionary, affiliative, democratic, pace setting, and coaching style of leadership styles. So you want to actually have all 6 of those styles, characteristics, and some you'll be 8 out of 10, some will be aces, kings, and queens, and some will only be 3 or 4 out of 10, or say 6, 7, or 8 in your card deck that you're playing with. And the reason why you want to develop all of that, because business really is quite demanding and will require multiple leadership styles and multiple management styles. And so you see in our blogs, we cover often quite a diverse range of characteristics and attributes and styles and techniques for branding, for leadership and culture. And one of the main reasons is because there'll be somewhere in there that you recognize, oh wow, I'm 9 out of 10, I'm 10 out of 10, I've aced that, but then you'll see, wow, and you really need to work on that area. So there's a lot of different styles out there that you're using at a leadership and management level, but you need to be able to go right from a narrow angle lens to a wide angle lens for your business. And that part of the business is leadership and management that we're talking about as well. And not just market analysis, brand analysis, and sales. So if you see the left-hand column, the leader's modus operandi, the style and its phrasing, the emotional intelligence underpinning this, where the style works best, and overall impact on the climate. What is interesting here is the commanding and pace setting is negative. I wouldn't agree with that. I'd probably say a pace setting is leader who sets the pace setting himself is probably net positive, and the commanding style actually works very, very well in crisis and catastrophic situations. And you'll see this with community services like the police and also the fire service, and when it's crisis and catastrophic, and also the military. So understand which particular style that you use for each particular situation you're in. If you have that adaptive style, if you only have 2 or 3, fantastic. Get them all to 9 or 10 out of 10, and then start working on the others. Okay, so that's Steve from Star Business Consulting. Contact us. All of our consultants have MBAs, built their own companies, sold it for over 7 figures. So they have the know of and the know on how to help your organization grow very quickly. And just book a consultation, and we'll hopefully see you soon.